This is the ASUS ZenBook Flip 13 UX363. This laptop is very reminiscent of the ASUS ZenBook Flip S UX371 that we have reviewed a few months ago, but there are a few major changes and differences between these two laptops. So in today's video, let's take a look at this laptop and also kind of point out what are the differences between the Flip and the Flip S. So firstly, this laptop is pretty much identical in terms of shape and size with the ZenBook Flip S. Even the materials and the build quality is also identical. But the main difference here is the color of the ASUS logo and also the trim around the laptop. So the ASUS ZenBook Flip 13 UX363 uses a more common silver-ish ASUS logo and also trim around the laptop, whereby the ZenBook Flip S UX371 uses a golden colored ASUS logo alongside with a golden trim around the laptop lid and also the deck itself. And the ZenBook Flip 13 UX363 still has these concentric circles around the ASUS logo on the lid here, which again is very fine this time around, so you can't really feel it with your fingertips, but it will catch oil, dirt, grime, smudges easily. And opening up the lid here reveals a 13.3-inch 1080p OLED screen. Yes, it is a very nice display and it is bright, has beautiful colors, and of course it has a glossy glass screen. The main differences between the ZenBook Flip 13 UX363 that we have here with the ZenBook Flip S UX371 that we reviewed previously is that the ZenBook Flip S has a 4K OLED touchscreen, whereby the ZenBook Flip that we have here is only a 1080p OLED touchscreen. Everything else remains pretty much identical. And of course, this is still a convertible laptop, so you can twist and turn it to whatever angle that you want. So for example, I was using the laptop in tent mode to watch some Netflix shows on this laptop, to which the OLED screen though makes the whole show so vibrant, so beautiful. And we should also highlight that the hinge on the ZenBook Flip UX363 is very sturdy, to the point where even though I'm opening it at this angle and then I poke the screen, it doesn't really wobble that much, which is really good compared to many other laptops out there, especially convertible ones. The ZenBook Flip 13 UX363 also comes with the ASUS pen in the box. So this is the ASUS Stylus SA201H. It supports the Microsoft Pen Protocol 2.0, also known as MPP 2.0. And of course, you can draw on the screen as well. But the lift-off distance is pretty short, so make sure you keep the tip of the pen near the screen to ensure the palm rejection is working properly. Also, I just realized when I was unboxing this laptop, ASUS kind of have a recommended official placement of this pen on the laptop, which is to take the pen's flat side and place it here. As you can see, yes, it does snap properly on the lid, but it's rather held on weakly. As you can see here, a little bump and the pen will vibrate. And because of the length of the pen, opening up the lid will, you will touch the pen and potentially push it off as well, because it's held on by pretty weak magnets. The keyboard on this laptop is still pretty much the same like the ZenBook Flip S. It is still squished down vertically, so making it elongated horizontally. It kinda looks weird and feels weird at first, but overall the keyboard is very comfortable to type on. But you will also need to get used to the extra column of keys on the far right side of the keyboard. It kinda disoriented me a bit during the beginning when I was using this laptop, but over time I just got used to it. What I do like here though is that the arrow key cluster is totally separated from the keyboard itself, but it is still in a half-height manner, so yeah. The trackpad on this laptop is still pretty good, and it also has the numpad feature as well. Palm rejection is decent enough, and I would say palm rejection is very important in this case because this trackpad here is in kind of like an ultra-wide form factor, but hey, you can use the touchscreen if you don't want to use the trackpad. And then of course we need to talk about the ports. On the left side here, we got a full-size HDMI port, double Thunderbolt 4 ports. Yes, remember that this laptop is using Tiger Lake chips. And then on the right side here, we only got a USB 3.0 5 gigabits per second Type A port alongside with a power button. So again, no audio jack, which is surprisingly not a problem for me, like we mentioned in our previous videos about the ZenBook laptops without audio jacks. I'm sure many people will appreciate the presence of an audio jack though. And ASUS also included a dongle to convert a Thunderbolt 4 port into an audio jack, to which I would say I would still prefer a dedicated audio jack, because now we're just sacrificing a high-speed port for audio. I think we should also mention once again that ASUS, you should put a USB Type-C port on the right side so we can plug in on either side to charge the laptop. And speaking of charging, the battery life. I'm really happy with the battery life of this laptop, honestly. It drained at about only 10% of battery after watching Netflix for 1.5 hours at 50% brightness in tent mode while using silent power profile. And then again, I also worked on a Word document while browsing the web at the same time for another hour, also using silent power profile at 50% brightness. That only drained about 10% of battery in 1 hour. That means whatever I'm doing, this laptop will last me throughout the day on a single charge without much of an issue. And best of all, you can charge this laptop using a typical 65 watts USB PD compatible charger. So for me, I don't even know why I took the power brick with me, because, well, I have a Ugreen 65 watts GAN charger that supports USB PD standards that can charge this laptop at its full capacity without any issues. And now for the price of this laptop. You have a total of 2 different choices to choose from. The one that we have for review here is the Core i7-1165 G7 model with 8 gigs of RAM and 512 gigs of SSD, which is at 5,199 ringgit. The reason why I'm not talking much about the performance of this laptop though is because, well, it's gonna perform the same as the ZenBook Flip S UX361, so watch that video up there instead. However, what I recommend you to get is the Core i5 model, because it is at a much lower price at 4,699 ringgit. It still has the same 8 gigs of RAM with 512 gigs of SSD, but of course at that lower price. And honestly, I don't think that you will need that much power on an ultrabook like this to do work, so a Core i5 is going to be important. I mean, let's think of it this way. Given the Core i7 model of this laptop, you're still not gonna play high-end games, right? So get a Core i5 instead. And yeah, that's all we have to say about the ASUS ZenBook Flip 13 UX363. Of course, this is with an OLED screen. It's beautiful, magnificent to watch videos with, and I overall enjoyed using this laptop a lot. Thanks to its magnificent battery life also, well. And yeah, that's all we have to share with you about the ASUS ZenBook Flip 13 UX363. If you have any questions, leave them down in the comment section below. And we'll see you guys in the next video.